All right, our main event here tonight, it's for Doug Williams, his light heavyweight title at 205. He is the Apex champion, and this main event presented by Phones Into Cash. It's the champion, Doug the Cobra Williams, at 7-2-2 against undefeated Lance Abbott out of Bushido MMA in Kingsport, Tennessee. And we are ready for our first fighter introductions. Go back to the cage and Cody Gwynn.
All right, Kingsport, Tennessee. Are you guys ready for tonight's main event? We have three-minute rounds for the Apex Light Heavyweight Championship, brought to you by Phones Into Cash and Buffalo Wild Wings. At this time, please welcome to the cage the challenger, Lance Abbott.
Lance Abbott, 3-0 out of Bushido MMA in Kingsport, Tennessee. We'll have a lot of fans here for him as well. 6'1", 202 pounds, 23-year-old Lance Abbott, trained by Jason Brake and Jay Page. Been very busy tonight out of the Bushido MMA camp. Recently started out at Bushido after initially being an independent for his first few fights. Real tough fighter, prime time. Last time out, won at Apex 6 in May, beat Caleb Arnold in a first-round rear naked choke win. That only took a minute 27. Prior to that, he beat Britton Powers. Second round, minute 43. Referee stoppage via TKO from strikes. And then his first win in his amateur MMA debut, beat Matt Punch in just 28 seconds via submission strikes. And so Lance Abbott, the opponent for Doug the Cobra Williams. What does Lance Abbott have to do against Doug Williams, the champion, tonight to win the belt?
You know, he's not had that much cage time experience. He's 3-0, and he's taking on Doug, who's been training for a long time and a veteran of 11 fights. You know, he's coming off 2 no contests. Doug is an animal. You know, he's huge, he's tall. He's really hard to find somebody so tall and big in the gym to train with, especially somebody that can make 205. You know, I think Doug's like 6'7" or something like that. So, you know, he's just going to come out and do what he does. I mean, and Doug has lost before. I've seen Doug get TKO'd before over in Bristol. So, you know, that might be what Lance is coming out to do, is trying to get that quick finish. And that's, you know, that'd be my game plan if I was him. That's what he's done in the past.
Doug Williams, some of his wins, he won the title at Apex Fight 6 over Troy Rutledge in a split decision win. Prior to that, he had a no contest against Troy Rutledge back at Apex Fights 5. We'll tell you more about the champion in a moment. But the challenger steps into the cage, Lance Abbott. Back to the cage at Cody Gwynn.
Now please welcome his opponent, the champion, fighting out of the blue corner, Doug Williams.
No Casey Oxendine on as an analyst in this main event, because he will be in the corner and coming out with the champion, Doug the Cobra Williams, 7-2-2 out of Team Oxendine in Johnson City, 6'7", 205. The 35-year-old is the defending champion, and last time out was knocked down, despite winning the title, was knocked down 3 times. Really wasn't listening to his corner's instructions during, you remember that, but still escaped with the win. He's a former Marine, and that length, boy, it's hard to match it. BJJ, purple belt, great in the clinch as well. You'll see him with that clinch.
He's got to be careful, you know, the 2 no contests coming from groin strikes, you know, so that's the only thing Doug's got to be careful of. If I was Casey, I would tell him to stay away from the inside kicks. You know, inside kick is something that can, you know, eventually affect the outcome of a fight, but not most of the time. You know, it's one of them things. Here's the tail of the tape coming up.
Doug Williams with 4 pounds in the light heavyweight division advantage. Listed at 6'5", also listed at 6'7". Either way, he's going to have the height advantage in this battle over Lance Abbott, and 12 years the elder of Lance Abbott. A lot more experience for Doug Williams as well. Doug Williams has in the past had a no contest against Aaron Lee back in the Evolution Combat Sports Series. Also a win over Eric Moore in only 24 seconds via strikes. No contest against James Carroll. Lost to John Half, 2-minute submission strikes. Beat Philip Lawson, second round, 1 minute 2 second verbal submission in that one. And then his one other loss was to Robert Bennett, second round, 3 minutes in a title fight via TKO. Started out his career, unlike some of the guys we've seen who lost their first three. Doug Williams won his first three, beat Rocky McMillan, Brandon Otts, and Chase Christian. He's had knockouts. He's had submissions.
Yeah.
He's had all kinds of things.
Very well versed. Doug is very well versed. You know, trained such a good school. Casey Oxendine School is top notch to me, and it's just Casey does such a good job at finding out what fighters like to do, and utilizes that into becoming what they are. You know, a lot of coaches, they're all one-dimensional and can't, you know, adapt to every different fighter, but Casey can. Casey, you know, Casey's a 5'6", 135-pound black belt. You know, completely different game plan than what somebody like Doug was having. Does such a good job of showing Doug what to do and how to use his range and reach.
So how do you counter that if you're Lance Abbott when that height advantage?
That's me. That's my whole game plan. I'm Lance normally. You know, I'm always fighting people a lot taller than I am. Lance has got to stay on the inside of Doug, but he's got to watch out for them knees when he gets in there.
The champ is in the cage. For our official introductions, here's Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let you know, last call at the concession stand, $1 nachos and $1 pizza slices. As we bring you tonight's main event of the evening, brought to you by Phones into Cash and Buffalo Wild Wings, the official after party of Apex Fight 7. This fight will be three-minute rounds for the Apex Light Heavyweight Championship. And when the action begins, your referee for this bout is Josh Ward. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, the challenger. He brings in an undefeated record with 3 wins with no defeats. He weighed in 202 pounds. Fighting out of Kingsport, Tennessee, and representing Bushido MMA, Lance Abbott. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the blue corner. He brings in an impressive record with 7 wins, 2 losses, and 2 no contests. He weighed in 206 pounds. Fighting out of Johnson City, Tennessee, and representing Team Oxendine, the reigning, defending Apex Light Heavyweight Champion, Doug the Cobra Williams.
We're ready for our main event presented by Phones into Cash. It's the champion Doug the Cobra Williams in the black and red Venom trunks with the Doug Chan in the background here in Kingsport against Lance Abbott. Undefeated at 3-0 from Kingsport. He is in the black shirt.
That was the Lance. That was the Lance chant.
It was a Lance
Yeah,
chant?
it was a Lance chant. They got the whole Bushido back here behind us.
Wow. So it's Bushido MMA against Team Oxendine.
Again, for the second time this evening.
Josh Ward, referee, and we're ready to go. No touch of gloves, and we're underway. Round number 1, 3-minute rounds.
Oh,
down goes Doug Williams.
Whoa, huge
First-
right hand, and Doug's able to get on top. Holy smoke.
First punch. And now Doug on top.
Ooh, boys, that was a smoking right hand that Lance Abbott hit Doug Williams with. Doug needs to stay on top and regain some composure right here.
Corner telling Doug Williams to take his time.
Doug Williams is excellent on the ground. This guy is using the headlock, which ain't going to do much. And Doug, and excuse me, pardon me, Mr. Lance Abbott, you did use the choke and able to get back up, but now you're back on your back again.
Wow, the transitions there, pretty impressive from the light heavyweights. A minute gone by in round number 1 of this light heavyweight title fight, our main event here tonight in Kingsport at Apex Fight 7 of Vince Ferrara, along with Adam Primetime Townsend, Doug Williams on top, and Lance Abbott on the bottom in the black shirt.
Lance is doing a very good job of controlling Doug, and Doug's not really done any damage right here at this point. And now Lance was looking for a triangle attempt. But we've seen, like we said, Lance has got the power. He's got them quick finishes to begin with. So that's something I told you Doug had to be wary of letting him inside.
Longest fight was 1:43 into the second round.
Yes. halfway through the first round here. Looking for a triangle or an arm bar set up here. Doug needs to quit. He needs to get his hands off his face and put them. Here goes for the triangle attempt. Doug smartly, he needs to go ahead and pass like Casey's calling for and does.
There he goes.
Very good pass.
Good call. Can he keep Lance Abbott down? Minute left to go in round number one.
Take his back. Doug needs to step his left leg over and just take his back. Hard punches here. And a huge takedown, and he held the fence as well.
Wow.
We got 45 seconds left.
Corner right in front of us. Corner telling Doug Williams, the champ, to take his time.
Doug doing a very good job of controlling the posture here of Lance Abbott. Action right here in front of us. Doug trying to touch down. Yeah, Doug doing. You see the thing that Doug's doing very well is using the head pressure right there.
Raining down some punches.
Yeah, now he's in a good position in half guard here. Nice, hard, two hard right hands.
Yep.
But Lance is doing a great job of using the hooks and posturing up and doing a great job.
Lance Abbott landed the first punch in this fight and then had to hang on to survive round number one. Wow.
Yeah.
So despite that first shot, would you give it to the champ?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, Doug got dropped, but, you know, he got dropped with a 1 second into the fight and then dominated the rest of the round, you know. So, and Lance's crowd's back here behind him, but Lance is over on the stool looking pretty winded from that exchange.
But the chance, this crowd is into it tonight. And
yeah, Bushido brought some fans. You know, of course they live. You know,
Yeah.
they're here comes maybe the very first punch here. Let's see what happens. Doug comes out southpaw. Doug is a southpaw. That's correct. And they're just kind of circling right from each other, and I think that he just lowers his head. Doug looks in for a shot. Yeah. Nope, just a straight right hand directly in the chin. And I mean, that fight was very, very close to being stopped right there.
We saw Doug Williams survive 3 knockdowns in his title fight against Troy Rutledge when he ended up winning.
You got to wonder if the weight cut is hurting Doug's chin or what the reason is coming from, you know, all the drops. I mean, it comes with age and it comes with many things. But, you know, maybe he had his chin down. He done everything right. It was just a beautiful punch from Lance Abbott.
Lance Abbott looks worse for the wear here as we start round number 2 in this title fight. The champ Doug Williams in the black and red, Lance Abbott in the black shirt, the challenger.
There it comes again.
Here's that kick.
You got to watch out for them knees. Lance ducking down for that. If I was Lance, I would go ahead and take Doug down and try to see what he could do from his back, or separate and bang, which is probably what he should honestly do. Yeah, he didn't like that knee right there, and he put his back against the cage. Watch the low blows coming from Doug, possibly.
Yeah.
Doug, ex-Marine, USMC, veteran.
Tremendous length. And now Lance Abbott letting the hands go. Williams trying to clinch and survive.
Ooh, brutal knee.
Oh. And they're just exchanging in the middle.
Beautiful outside trip from Doug Williams.
Wow. What a flurry of action. Minute gone by in round number 2. 3 3-minute rounds.
I want to see if Doug looks to pass right here and to mount. He's got his finger in his eye, it looks like. That don't look too, or his nose or something, which is perfectly legal, but it just it don't look fun for Doug. Ooh. See if we can see a knee come here from Doug.
Hammer fist from Doug Williams.
Doug doing a very good job at controlling the ground game.
Yep.
Halfway through the second round here for Doug.
Come on, Doug, we're halfway through the round, buddy.
Midway through round number 2, and so far the champ looks to have the advantage.
Great title fight so far.
Yeah.
Did I miss? Is it a 3 or a 5-round fight? I didn't see that.
3.
It's a 3-round. Okay.
Yep.
The ISK state titles are for the 5-round fights, which is miserable.
Doug Williams continues to be on top. And I
Doug's
think
going to stand him up.
Yep.
Doug complaining, saying that he was getting hit in the back of the head. A minute left in the fight. Yeah. In the round 2, excuse me. I'm saying in the fight. in this particular round fight right here.
Wow, that kick was close to being low by Doug.
That dude's Lance Abbott is winging that right hand. I like it.
Doug Williams stuck another knee in there, the Cobra, with 30 seconds left to go in round number 2.
30 seconds left in the round.
30 seconds, Doug.
Oh, and
Another good knee from Doug. Oh,
nice knee to the body.
little
That
front seat.
Doug,
Lance
20
didn't like
seconds.
that shot to the body.
Give me the takedown now.
Corner wanting a takedown from Doug Williams here in the final seconds. Influenced the judges. Stuck a knee instead. Lance Abbott's going to survive the second round as well. Wow, so Doug Williams once again.
Yeah, oh yeah, Doug Williams. You know, he can control the He's complaining to the judge though that Lance is hitting him in the back of the head, which I can understand. But you know, he needs to worry less and let the referee do his job. You know, it's the referee's job to see that stuff. And you know, Josh Ward, a very experienced and veteran referee, he knows those things. Don't never let something like that get in your head. Is my advice to Doug or anyone else.
You see Michelle, our lovely ring girl here for our main event. Michelle and Miranda are cage side here tonight. Now, the grabbing of the trunks, that's something that you're not allowed to do.
You can grab your own trunks.
Grab your own, but
Yes.
not an opponent's. With the shirt, what's the rule with the shirt? Does that act like the trunks? Because I've seen Doug Williams have a handful.
You know, I'm not 100% sure on that rule. I know for a fact that if they wear anything below their knees, then you can grab that.
Okay.
As far as the shirt, I want to say that, yes, I believe that you can grab that. I could be wrong. But, you know, the typical apparel is trunks from the knees to the waist, and that's all that you should wear. I don't know why he feels he wants to wear a rash guard, but, you know, it's one of them things that he's chose to do.
Sometimes you see that with the heavyweights. You know,
Yeah.
They want to cover up.
Yep.
Third and final round in this light heavyweight title fight, our main event at Apex 7 with Ferrara. Adam Townsend kicked to the body by the champ Doug the Cobra Williams.
I like that little front push. Oh! Oh, Doug got caught with the right hand coming in, but he landed the right hand of his own before he did.
I think that stunned Abbott. Abbott, a little cage grabbing there by Abbott.
See if Doug looks for that trip again. Beautiful outside leg trip. Doug's so long. It's something that guy's probably Lance is probably not used to seeing. He's probably used to defending those. But somebody's got short legs, you can defend those easy. But somebody wraps that leg long and still got a lot of top pressure to knock you down with. It's like like cutting down a tree.
Crowd encouraging Lance Abbott, the challenger, in this title fight.
Unless something dramatic happens, it looks like Team Oxendine will go 2-0 over Bushido tonight. And, Bushido's won, I think, basically every other fight other than this one.
Doug Williams on top, but he's taking some shots
I'd
from
like
the
to see
bottom.
Doug go to mount right here and see what Doug's got to mount.
Corner
Yeah,
calling
see?
for a elbow to the body by Williams.
Post it and drop it. Keep going.
See Doug go a little knee on belly or maybe past the mount here possibly.
Moving. Work hard.
Yeah, it's Abbott.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Here we go. Work that.
See, the thing that 99% of the fighters around here in gyms don't teach is an underhook, and it blows my mind when I watch all these fights that fighters, like, all he has to do, Lance Abbott, all he has to do right here in this particular position is get his left arm under Doug Williams' right armpit, and he'll be able to get up because Doug won't have any control of him. But it's something fighters don't do. Drives me insane.
Is it wrapping up over the top? Is that to protect against shots to the face?
Yeah, that's just protection. It's doing nothing for him. A minute left in the fight. I get to say fight this time, Vince, finally.
Trying to get up.
Doug Williams
Is
looking for
Abbott.
the ankle pick right there. Watch, he'll reach down, grab his ankle with the knee that's on the ground, and he'll suck him back out most likely. Or just drive him over on his head and take his back.
There you go.
That'll work as well. What Doug don't need to do here is wind up on his back right here.
Doug, listen to me.
40 seconds left.
Casey over here very screaming for Doug to get his other hook in, but now he's back in now.
And Doug didn't
30
listen to him
seconds,
last
30
time.
seconds left in the fight. Oh.
And the champ Abbott gets out. Can he rally here and get some
Doug's
kind
got a
of finish?
double leg, I'm pretty sure, if he'll drop his butt and lower his level. And beautiful hard double
Wow.
leg slam to seal the fight up, I believe.
Yep. That should do it. 10 seconds left in this title fight. And the champ is going to finish this off and retain his belt, and that'll do it.
30-27, Doug got all 3 rounds, I hate to say.
Should be.
Great fight, yeah.
We'll go to the judges' scorecards, but
Yeah, I've seen him throw up another couple.
and we'll take a look at the replay here. Prime time, take us through it.
Doug, you know, the only thing he missed right there was dropping his butt down a little bit, and he took his legs completely out of that takedowns equation. But, you know, he got the takedown, so it don't matter.
All upper body instead of legs.
It's like the Family Guy episode. You got to take your legs completely out of the equation, lift with your back in a jerking, twisting manner.
Well done. So, Team Oxendine, what a night they've had tonight, as also Preston Ice Pick Schick got the win over another Bushido MMA fighter in Blake Mays. And Doug Williams, his first title defense after winning at Apex Fight 6 back in earlier this year in May. And Doug Williams, the Cobra, looks like he's going to retain his title, and we'll certainly see him again. What do you think of Lance Abbott tonight overall, even though, you know, he had a lot of physical disadvantages with the height and the length and everything?
He done a great job, especially that first punch. I think if he was able to use a little bit better angles and stay out of Doug's which is really weird because most time, like I said, it's the opposite. Doug should want to stay on the outside, and Lance should want to get in, but the complete opposite happened. You know, Doug was wanting to get inside, get the takedowns, and land some great ground and pound, and he did.
Back to the cage, Cody Wynn.
Cards for decision. Judges score this bout 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, Apex Light Heavyweight Champion, Doug the Cobra Williams.
Somebody snuck in around for Lance Abbott. It's happened a couple times tonight.
I told you they would. What happened was that probably, I'd say the first round's what happened. That knockdown, they probably said, 10-8 from the get-go, you know, which it might not be a bad decision, really.
And the
Oakley's on from Doug. I just wear my glasses to weigh in. I don't wear them into the cage. Might trip on something. So it's always
All
dark.
right, Doug.
Here's Cody Gwynn with a champ, Doug Williams.
You are on one of the hottest streaks of your career. Another big win tonight. A lot of impressive takedowns. You got clipped early and went right down. Did you feel like, were you rocked? Did your leg just give out on you? What happened?
No, he legitimately hit me good. He did. I gotta give it to him for that. But first, I'm dedicating this fight to my family because I've been through a lot of adversity the last few weeks, and they really got my back and pushed me over the edge. Also, I'm Team Ox till I die. If you want to be a part of something special, come to Team Ox. I love my teammates and my coach. Come on down, we'll take care of you. Also, I'm sorry, my sponsors, Appalachian Acupuncture, keeping me fine-tuned. And my newest, sponsor, the Ox Tavern in Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to my sister. And before they kill me, happy birthday to my brother, Raji. I told you I'd give you a shout out once I win. And Diana, I got your shout out. My girl, yeah, I see you. Nita, thank you so much. I love you, babe. To my mom, my sister, you guys, I wouldn't be half the man because of you. And I thank you guys with all my heart.
All right, one final thing, we'll let you go, Doug. It's a huge win. This is number 8. A lot of amateurs don't get to 8 wins. You've been in some battles. What's next for you, man? Are you going to defend it again? About time to go pro? What are you thinking?
I think I got too many emotions going on right now. I got a lot of adversity in my life. I'll take it one step at a time. I do think my amateur career is over. I'm looking to do bigger and better things, but let's see what life puts in front of me because there's more things to worry about than fighting. And just being a better person, a better human being is really what matters to me, and the people that surround me is what matter to me. So I'll just take it as it comes. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, still your champion, Doug the Cobra Williams.